welcome back to finals day here at the Onyx French Open in the Stade Pierre de Coubertin. And what a final that was, with the Indonesians winning their second title in 2 weeks. And as we just saw from one of the Indonesian fans, wishing Octavianti a happy birthday because it was her 25th birthday yesterday. So we're just about ready for our third final of the day, and it's men's singles reigning Olympic champion and defending champion here, Chen Long of China, up against Jonatan CHRISTIE, the Asian Games gold medalist. Well, when we look at the HSBC race to Guangzhou for the World Tour finals, I can tell you that the top 6 on that list have contested at least 3 World Tour tournament finals each. Momota has contested 8 finals, which is quite extraordinary, but you can see there's 2 players from Indonesia, 2 from Chinese Taipei, 2 from China, and 2 from Denmark. Now, after this week in Paris, Kento Momota, who lost in the quarterfinal, will still remain number 1. But Jonatan CHRISTIE, who's currently at number 3, he will go up to number 2, pushing Chen down to number 3. And despite Victor Axelsen being in the semi-final here, he will be pushed down because Chen Long, who's currently number 6, will go up 2 places. Whether he wins or loses today's final, he'll go up 2 places to number 4 on that list. Well, as far as the men's singles draw was concerned, by quarter-final stage, there were 5 different nationalities, 3 from Indonesia and 2 Danes as well. In the quarter-final stage, the 28 match-winning streak by Kento Momota came to an end by Anthony Ginting. Only one of the quarterfinals went to 3 games, which I thought was a bit of a surprise. But in the semi-final stage, not only did we have 4 seeds, but none of the top 4 seeds, 3 different nationalities, because we had 2 players from Indonesia, but 2 former finalists, Victor Axelsen, who had been in the final in 2012, and of course the defending champion, who we are about to see in the final today. So the fans here really embracing the light show and getting involved in the build-up to each and every final. But it is a chance for Chen Long to make history by becoming the first men's singles player to win 2 consecutive titles here since our current system of first Super Series and then World Tour came into existence. In fact, today he becomes only the 3rd men's singles player ever to contest 2 or more consecutive finals here, because Taufik Hidayat of Indonesia was in 3 consecutive finals, 2008, 9 and 10, before he won his first and only Super Series title in 2010. Chen, who had been the number 2 seed here, he won in 2014 before being beaten in the final the following year. So this man with a chance to make history, Chen Long, the defending champion and the reigning Olympic champion and 2-time former world champion, on the verge of history. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Got in a bit of a muddle with the mascot there. His opponent, the Asian Games gold medalist, Jonatan CHRISTIE. His 5th World Tour tournament final. His 2nd 750 final. His first 750 final was in Japan earlier this year, where he lost the world champion, Momota.
From Korea, Kong Sun-young.
So, our umpire for this one, introduced first Kang Sun-young from Korea and Brian Kluwon from Suriname, the service judge. So this, I can tell you, will be a 8th meeting between the two, and if you're a Jonatan CHRISTIE fan, That is a little depressing, I guess, with the reading. All 7 previous encounters have been won by Chen Long. Last time they met, though, was in the semi-final of the Malaysian Open, and it was 3 thrilling games there. In fact, Chen Long had to come from a game down. Chen Long then lost in the final of the Malaysian Open to his teammate Lin Dan. So Jonatan CHRISTIE, who turned 22 last month, this a chance to win his first 750 title. But Chen Long, the older of the 2 men, the age of 30, born in Qingzhou in southern Hubei province, went up 1 place in the world ranking, having reached the final of the Denmark Open last week. But he is a former world #1, 76 consecutive weeks as world #1. Now, all of his matches in 2 straight games. Gemka in the first round, then the 2009 winner Lin Dan in the second round. Rustavito of Indonesia in the quarterfinal. Ginting in the semi-final. And it means that his match today is against a 3rd consecutive player from Indonesia. Jonatan CHRISTIE, down 1 place in the world ranking to number 7 this week, but he has been as high as 4, making his 4th consecutive appearance here. And of course, when he won the gold medal at the Asian Games in Jakarta, he beat the current world #2 in that final, CHEN. But he has had to beat 3 Danes on his way to today's final. And 3 of his matches, his last 3 matches, have been in 3 games. In the first round, he beat Jorgensen, who won the title here in Paris in 2013. Then 3 games against Lee Chuk-yu of Hong Kong, China. And then in the quarterfinal, the World Championships silver medalist Antonsen, and the semi-final against the beaten finalist here in 2012, and the former world champion Victor Axelsen. He came from 10-19 down in the deciding game, winning 11 straight points, 21-19 in 1 hour and 21 minutes. Well, I thought, as we look at Chen Long's coach, Chen Yu, I thought Victor Axelsen was clearly injured in his semi-final, but Morten's been reading the newspaper reports earlier today, and Morten, you said that he was suffering from cramp.
Purely cramp. First it was the inside of the left thigh, and then it was the hamstring side of the right leg later on in the 3rd game, and purely cramp.
Jonatan CHRISTIE, Indonesia.
Which in a way is very good.
Yeah, we're all relieved to hear that, because I was worried he might miss the next World Tour events.
On my left, Chen Long, China. Chen Long to serve, love all, play.
So the defending champion, Chen Long, the number 5 seed from China, getting this final underway against Jonatan CHRISTIE. Good opening rally. That's well left. Now, Morten, we were seeing on the players' previous results coming through to this final that Jonatan CHRISTIE, his last 3 matches, 3 games, all over the hour mark. All of Chen Long's matches won in 2 straight games.
2 straight, yes.
So the time on court for Chen Long, 3 hours and 6 minutes. The time on court to get to the final for Jonatan CHRISTIE, 4 hours 27 minutes. So 1 hour and 21 minutes longer, which is the length of his semi-final yesterday against Victor Axelsen. So it's like having to play one really tough extra match.
Yeah, I agree. But it doesn't seem to phase him too much. He seems to be physically extremely strong. and starting off in very good pace here.
Yeah, no, in fact, I think if I recall it correctly, when we were calling the final a week ago in Odense, I was talking about Chen Long looks to need to take time to actually get into full flow of movement. Now that he's done the big 3-0, which seems to be a watershed mark in sport.
Don't mention. Yeah, but I think, again, Chen Long has played a good tournament here. He was up against the Momota last week in the final that played really well. Momota running out of steam in this tournament, but Chen Long still standing.
Yeah. Well, you've been saying for some time you've been waiting for his build-up towards the defence of his Olympic title. I think we really have seen it now. It's
coming now, but I still, in a way, it sounds funny, but a little bit disappointed. It took him a long time to start gearing up, I think. He, over July, August, September, he's not done really well. The first few months of the qualification, he lost the first or second round in all his tournaments.
Yeah.
And I really expected more, but now it seems to be coming.
I think there was a very good reason for that, because he and his wife won CHN, former champion here, twice a winner of the French Open. They've just had a baby. So, you know, the other things may be on his mind, but...
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah, that would be understandable.
It would be.
Yeah.
Play by Christie. Wonderful block shot.
Service over. 3-all.
Now, Morten, in the quarter-final between Victor Axelsen and Enkar Long, where Victor Axelsen had always beaten Enkar Long, I think it was 6 consecutive times, wasn't it?
Yeah, 6 or 7, but yeah, you're right.
In 2 games, and I asked you the question.
Yeah.
What... we'll just watch this rally. This is developing nicely. Oh, that's a lovely shot. It is developing nicely, isn't it? Long rally for these early stages. I asked him what it was about Victor Axelsen's game that Enkar Long found so difficult. I'm going to ask you exactly the same question now. What is it about Chen Long's game that Jonatan CHRISTIE has found so difficult up to now?
I think Chen Long's consistency.
Right.
But apart from that, Jonatan CHRISTIE is still a young player, and I still think he's in developing stage.
Yep.
And he is still getting better and better. So I don't actually pay too much attention to it, the head-to-head, because CHRISTIE is, what, 22 years of age? Am I right?
Turned 22 last month.
Yeah, so he's still a young player, and there's still so much to learn. And one day, I think it will come.
Yeah, and maybe even today.
4-all.
But there is no doubt that Chen Long has got the game to frustrate Jonatan CHRISTIE, because he's got such a solid defence.
Mm. Oh, that's beautiful.
But if CHRISTIE is struggling with anything in this game, is actually consistency. You know, sometimes he's playing absolutely brilliantly, and other times he's very error-prone.
Yeah.
So it's about creating the same kind of consistency as what Chen Long has got, and it takes time. It's not something that you develop overnight. Unless you ask the young.
Service over. 5-all.
Surprising to me that it's only this man's 5th World Tour tournament final. He's only ever won 1 World Tour title. Chen Long.
Yeah, last year. This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Defending champion. And that's the only tournament he has won in
A year.
18 and 19.
Yeah.
The only tournament he's won.
Yeah.
5.
All of 18 and all of 19.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
But still, you have to admire that he has stayed in, what, the top 4, top 5 on the world ranking the whole time. It's not that he's been dropping out and not performing as such. He's still maintained in the top 4, top 5, which is impressive.
Yeah.
Not winning tournaments, but very consistent.
6-all.
Isn't that lovely? Racket arm outstretched, taking it early. Good balance and poise.
Yeah, it looks good.
Service over. 7-6.
That control at the net, I remember you talking about it last week with Chen Long.
Yes.
It's impressive, isn't it?
It is. Whether he's choosing to play it back at the net or whether he wants to lift, he's got very good control from the net. That was well played by Christie. Attempting shots, so to speak. Not going 100% on it, just making sure that they were going into flat exchange, and straight away Chen Long is giving it too much. It's a good tempting shot from Christie there.
Oh, my goodness. That's terrific.
Yeah, that's really good play, but I liked the attacking clear from Chen Long into the deep forehand side of Christie. It really caught him during the rally, and he was setting up a very nice initiative.
Service over. 8-all.
Oh, take that.
Yeah, Christie has to watch out lifting to the around the head situation
9.
to Chen Long. It's coming. Now it's coming. Here, he's lifting. That one there, he's got to be careful to lift that. Maybe a flat drive down the line or cross-court drop shot would be a much, much better idea.
Oh, my goodness. Had a little think about it, but decided not to go over.
10-8.
overdone it.
Yeah, good pressure, but again, admire
Service over.
the lift from Chen Long. He was serving, then the return of serve, and that third shot was a lift, and it was all the way to the back line. And Christie couldn't get into an attacking situation on it. Just playing with such a good length. But Christie has played well. He has only made 2 unforced errors, which is, I think, for his game, is really good. Wonderful play.
Unbelievable.
That's very, very good scrambling there from Christie. Look at that. Unbelievable.
Amazing. Utterly amazing. Look at that. So a 40-shot rally takes us to the mid-game interval.
Good spinning net shot there from Chen Long as well.
Ada geber dikit, tapi gunakan laptop tesnya lebih banyak karena emang defense-nya lumayan dia, ya. Cuman dari setengah depannya itu kamu udah bagus dari ngangkat uangnya itu.
Well, Morton, we've
Jangan semuanya.
seen a new star born in the women's singles. We've, over the last 2 weeks, the Indonesians in the mixed doubles, Praveen Jordan and Octavianti, they've registered themselves as medal contenders for the Olympic Games. What's nice about this final, and I don't mean it in any way a bad thing,
I know that.
but the last 7 World Tour Super 500 or above titles, men's singles titles, have gone to either Momota or CHN. So for the first time in 8 since the Malaysian Open, a different player will be winning. So it's nice that we're seeing different players.
It's nice to have a change. And it's good. As I say, I think a lot of things are happening up towards the Olympics of next year. Talked about the women's doubles from Korea as well, and all that. That so many things are changing.
Yeah, it's exciting times.
That's out.
Service over. 10-11.
Oh, that's nicely done.
Injecting really nice pace here from Christie.
11-all.
Can't help but during the rallies, Morton, I just get mesmerised by Jonatan CHRISTIE's movement. It's just so lovely and fluent. I just get drawn to watching that instead of watching the tactics and seeing what's happening.
Yeah, he's moving extremely well on court. Very, very powerful, very quick.
Oh, that's perfection.
Let's go in.
That is perfection. That shuttle crawled up the net, went over and landed on the line. Look at that. Oh, that's just ridiculous. How good is that? Shot of the day. Brilliant.
Just enough. Another one there.
Yeah, another net court.
13-11.
Force straight points.
But that's what you can do when you get to the net as early as Christie is doing. It's giving himself good opportunities.
Well, I don't know what the Indonesian coach said, but whatever he said, it's worked wonders. This is 5 straight points now since the resumption of play and the mid-game interval. Don't believe that.
Goes out.
What remarkable defence early on in that rally from Jonatan CHRISTIE.
Subs over. 12-14.
Yeah, you have to admire both players, of course, Christie for his defensive qualities, but you also have to admire the consistency and the persistency of Chen Long when he goes into that attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
No? On court?
Missed it.
Subs over. 15-12.
In some way thinks that Christie is taking off from where he left yesterday against Victor Axelsen, really relying on good basic game, solid, strong defence, and of course now and again scoring a winner, but basically just playing basic game.
Yeah.
And that's what he did when he was 19-11 down or 19-10 down against
19-10.
Yeah, against Axelsen. Not a mistake from his racket from there on.
Oh, no. The mistake on serve.
Subs
The
over.
service error of the match.
13-15.
Can you imagine if that had happened yesterday?
Yeah, I know. I know.
That's as little as it
Yeah.
takes.
Yeah. The court will need to be mocked once more. And down on the courts. And attempt to defend that one. Oh, almost got a backhand. Almost rivaled Praveen Jordan's.
15 yes. It's the right shot to play for Chen Long. I really like this shot here. Not lifting it, not giving the initiative away.
And it's back level, 15 all. clear. Yeah, I think that punch clear across court from around the head position. This one.
Yeah.
16-15.
He's gaining initiative on it. Good play by Christie. And very calm and collected when he was doing the finish.
Subsomo, 16-all.
Oh, that was very close.
17.
Yeah. If I was Chen Long, I would
16.
just hang on to it and believe that every time he's getting a shot back is giving a chance for Christie to make a mistake. It will be highly unlikely if Jonatan Christie is not having a string of mistakes in one set. When I say a string, I'm not talking about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I'm talking about 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Subsomo, 17-all. Subsomo, 18-17. Seventeen.
Oh, good flick serve. Oh. He makes an error with his smash.
18-19.
So game point opportunities
20 game point
for the defending
18.
champion, Chen Long.
I can't remember since when, but it was very recently. There's the cross-court smash out, and twice Christie has played it in the net from the forehand side, these flat drives.
Yeah.
At the very last end of this game. So that's 3 mistakes.
Yeah.
And he cannot afford to do that. That's a perfect one. Takes courage.
Yes.
19-20.
Still a game point though for Chen Long. It's a good lift.
It is awesome.
Oh, and there's another error from Christie. And it means that Chen Long takes the opening game 21-19 in 27 minutes of play.
And I think it was from 17 on. The four points to Chen Long was some full mistakes.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
你要给他就这样一个什么呢？他现在没有主动的杀你，就是吊高球，对吧？那好，你看你所有的高球，他打的高球都是往前走，等着你的下压就断了，所以你的高球他基本上打不了，这是一个。然后呢，结合一个下压球打中路，他这个线路就过不了，两边他线路就没有了，没有了，到往前正常断和对结合起来。
So the umpire calls 20 seconds, which is a signal for the players to return to court.
And no on court. Second game, love ball. Play.
So Chen Long, one game to the good, 21-19 that opening game. What has Jonatan CHRISTIE got left? Can he send our third consecutive final to 3 games? Well, of course, more Indonesian players contesting 3 different finals. Indonesian pair has already won the mixed doubles. There's Jonatan CHRISTIE now, and then they've got men's doubles pair as well. I checked up this morning the last time that Indonesian players won 3 titles at a Super Series or World Tour at 500 or above level. And the last time that happened was the 2013 Singapore Super Series, when Tommy Sugiarto won the men's singles, Hassan and Seti won the men's doubles, and Ahmad and Nasir
won the mixed.
Won the mixed. So
Okay.
over 6 years.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
What on earth happened there?
That's over.
I think he was trying to leave it, wasn't he?
It was very, very close.
Take a look at this.
He was mishitting it, or passing it, and then hit it on the way out.
Yeah. Yeah. Hit it with his follow-through.
Yes.
How extraordinary. Yeah, that's quick.
2-all.
to admire the shot from the deep forehand corner from Chen Long, the second last shot. It's coming here. That one is so deep. Look at where the feet of Jonatan CHRISTIE is. They are deep, deep, deep into court.
Yeah.
At the back there. And that's putting a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, but that one's too deep.
Yep.
We were talking earlier about the fact that in 2 full calendar years now, Chen Long has only won 1 title.
Yep.
But this is his 4th final of the year. So he's played 3 finals already: Malaysia Masters, Malaysian Open,
yes.
last week in Denmark. I think psychologically, Chen Long needs to start winning again.
I think you have a good point on that. I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
Needs to get that kind of confidence it takes to say, okay, I can go all the way.
Exactly.
Chen Long playing very patiently at the moment, keeping it steady, waiting for his opponent to make mistakes. Missed it. Can't afford that.
Service over. 6-4. Service over. 5-6.
Oh, he's playing at great pace, Chen Long.
Service over.
He was waiting for the lift down his forehand side.
He
there,
was,
wasn't he?
definitely. The problem for CHRISTIE at the moment is that he's not scoring points. He's not really being threatening enough in his attack. And that is, of course, giving Chen Long a lot of confidence just to play his basic game because he's not scared. I know it's slower conditions here and it's tough for CHRISTIE to score against such a good defense as Chen Long, but somehow he needs to find the key to do so.
Yeah.
And I think that he must attack his forehand some more. At the moment, he's attacking a lot to the backhand and it doesn't work. He's got to see it's the same on the forehand side as it is on the backhand side. He's got to explore the possibility.
Yeah, interesting. I agree. Oh, nice. Chen Long.
8-6.
Oh, that's super. Oh, that's very interesting. We didn't see it, but Chen Long, you and I did sitting here,
Yes.
just nodded his approval afterwards,
Yeah.
saying to his opponent, yep, that was a good shot. It's nice to see, isn't it?
He's such a good sports person.
Yeah.
He's got excellent ethics, I think.
Service over. 9-7.
That's long.
Service over. 8-9.
Brilliant.
Fantastic shot. Really, really good shot there from Christie.
Played with disguise, and it was beautiful placement too, right into that corner. 9-all. That was superb from Christie. Look, he's hovering.
Yeah, he's a very quick attacking player there. You see how athletic he is. It's so simple for him. It's a good play by Christie. Kept it together really nicely lately.
Has gone long, and Jonatan CHRISTIE on a run of 4 straight points goes to the mid-game interval with a 2-point advantage here in the second game. 41 minutes into the match.
我们还是要坚持我们自己的战术，准备好。主要是一个自己的心态打，在抛掉耐心当中，我怎么去找机会？
It's interesting also, I mean, I'd love to know, I doubt if we ever will find out, but the motivation for Chen Long. We touched on the fact that he'd openly spoken about the fact that now he's got a family. We discussed this last week. Now he's got a family and he's got a baby, and he's got added motivation because he wants to make his family proud and so on. But I think part of the motivation in trying to retain the Olympic title and win 2 consecutive, I wouldn't be surprised. There's been so much attention over the years, and rightly so, on Lin Dan.
Yeah.
And I think it's maybe niggled him that everything's been about Lin Dan. He's won 4 World Championship medals, 2 gold. And he's been Olympic champion, 2 Olympic medals, a bronze in London, don't forget that one.
Yeah.
And yet everything until literally a few months ago has been talk of Lin Dan. Lin Dan has gone off the boil at the moment. We hope he finds his form again because he's great for the sport. But I think part of the motivation is that it's been niggling him that he's not recognised in his own right for what he's done.
I completely concur. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
And I think his motivation is, of course, to equal
11 all.
Lin Dan on the Olympics.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. Because Lin Dan got a... No, he didn't even get a bronze in 2016.
No.
He lost to Victor Axelsen
He
in the
did.
playoff.
Yeah.
Which means that Chen Long can do better in the Olympics, can he?
Yes, because he could win a third medal.
Yes.
Well, since the mid-game interval, 3 straight points to Chen Long. Well left.
It's well left because
13-11.
Christie is playing against the drift, as we talked about, this small little drift, and is one of the very few ones he's pushed out on the back line here in the second game. So it takes a lot of courage to leave it. He must have been sure that one was going out.
Yeah. 4 straight points since the mid-game interval. You're right, though, Morten. I think that Jonatan CHRISTIE has gone a little passive. I think he's been reactive instead of proactive.
Yeah, and despite that, he still made it to 11-9
Yeah.
at the mid-game interval.
Yes, you're right.
But well, I don't think that was due to really fantastic play and control. Now he is in trouble again, I would say, because he's too reactive. He's got to go in and see if he can make his attack count a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because CHRISTIE has got a very good attack as well.
Well, he brings the run of points to an end. Well, that had been 5 straight points.
14.
That's careless.
15.
Why am I being harsh? Was that because Chen Long was standing at the net?
No, but I don't think it's careless. I think it's the right shot to play. He was just, you know, unlucky it didn't go over.
Yeah.
It was so close.
So I am being harsh.
One of the problems for CHRISTIE is that
16.
when he's playing drop shots from the back line, they're nice drop shots many times. but there's not a lot of disguise on them, which means that they're quite easy for Chen Long to read.
Yeah.
And even though, okay, it's a far way to run, but he knows it's coming, he can see it, and he can play it. He's not getting wrong-footed or anything. And that's something I think CHRISTIE have to start working at, is trying to get more disguise into these slices than what he's got at the moment.
Yeah.
17-12.
8 of the last 9 points, all since the mid-game interval. Chen Long.
There's a good example here from CHRISTIE. He had a good opportunity on the round ahead situation, but that slice he's doing is not wrong-footing Chen Long in the way that he possibly need to do. And Chen Long gets to it quite early, and then he's forcing a mistake on his opponent.
9 of the last 10 points. Missed it.
19.
Just 2 points away from making history, Chen Long. He's the first men's singles player to retain the title here at the French Open. Match point opportunities.
20.
Which is also important for Chen Long in terms of ranking.
Yes, because he keeps all of his ranking points. Whole host of match point opportunities for Chen Long. His first title in 12 months. Chen Long in his 4th final of the year. Wins his 2nd World Tour title, which happens to be his 2nd here at the French Open. Well, he looks a little tired. There's a big grimace on the face of Chen Long. Yeah, look, he is tired. I didn't realise that. Well, all credit to him for just keeping going, making himself, willing himself, keeping his mental toughness. And Chen Long is champion once more here at the Yonex French Open. Well, the opening game promised so much, and it was a very good opening game. But I was a little disappointed the way that Jonatan CHRISTIE just seemed to fade a little in that second game. Maybe I'm being harsh again, but I think perhaps also the extra hour and 21 minutes on court prior to getting to the final, and maybe also the emotional energy yesterday coming from 10-19 down took its toll today. But there is confirmation of how Chen Long won his 2nd consecutive title here at the French Open. 21-19, 21-12, and history created. Minutes, it's a long final for 2 games of that scoreline. They had some long rallies, didn't they?
I would say the first game was a long game.
But for a first time this year, Chen Long gets his name on the honours board of World
Ladies and
Tour
gentlemen, we're now
tournament
ready
winners.
to begin the men's single award ceremony
Last
of the
three
Yonex French Open.
World
Mesdames et
Tour
messieurs, la cérémonie
500 and above
du
events
simple
have all gone to
messieurs
Kento
Yonex
Momota.
de France va débuter.
And to start with this award ceremony, we'd like to give a round of applause to the technical officials of this final.
Et pour débuter cette cérémonie protocolaire, merci d'applaudir les officiels de terrain de cette finale. Merci à eux.
I think that reaction at the end, both with his coach and his obvious relief, indicates to me how important psychologically it was for Chen
Ladies
Long
and
to win this
gentlemen,
one.
please welcome the finalists of
I
the
agree
men's
with you once
single
again
tournament.
that
Et maintenant,
it
merci
means a lot.
d'applaudir
It's good for your
les
confidence, you
finalistes
know, when
du
you are
simple
winning
messieurs.
tournaments. It's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. Well, it's been 12 long months since here in Paris, exactly a year ago. Interesting that for both players, it was a I do beg your pardon, a fifth World Tour tournament final in total. Jonatan CHRISTIE prior to today had...
Yeah, he was in Australia, New Zealand.
That's right.
Where he won both.
He won both.
New Zealand last year.
And Japan this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
The prizes will be presented by
Les prix sont remis par
Eric Reverberi, Head of Brand and Sponsorship, Total, and Patricia Corti, Vice President of the French Basketball, the French Badminton Federation, in charge of sustainable territories. Ladies and gentlemen, the men's single runner-up,
le finaliste du simple messieurs.
de l'Indonésie, from Indonesia, Jonatan CHRISTIE.
Jonatan CHRISTIE. His second Super 750 final, and for a second time after losing in Tokyo at the Japan Open earlier this year. He has to settle for second best, but what a tournament he has had. Taken out almost the entire Danish team.
The entire team.
And the
Only 3 out of
2019
5.
Yonex French Open men's single champion.
Mesdames et messieurs, le vainqueur du simple messieurs des Yonex internationaux de France de badminton 2019.
Il est chinois, from China, Chen Long.
Chen Long, champion last year, champion this year. The first men's singles player here at the French Open to win 2 consecutive titles. And in all honesty, he did it in style. All 5 matches in 2 straight
Ladies
games.
and gentlemen, could you please give a round of applause for the winner and the runner-up of the Yonex French Open.
Alors merci s'il vous plaît de faire une ovation au vainqueur.